Hello, my wonderful students. Welcome back to my channel. So, today we are going to see class 5, Max, chapter number 5, Far and Near. Okay, so in this lesson, all we are going to learn about measuring the length, standard units of measurement, and how to measure and how to check whether it's centimeter, millimeter, or meter, and what are the standard units, and how to convert meter to centimeter and how much meter is 1 kilometer. Everything you're going to see in this lesson. Okay, so let's go into this lesson. Before that, if you want worksheet for practice for your exam, you have to join the channel. I'll tell you how to join the channel. If you're watching this video, go to the description box and click more option. You will have an option join the channel to access to get question paper. So click that one. It will take you to another screen. So here you have class 1, 2, and if you want only worksheet, then click class 1 to 8 exam worksheet and join using pay 119. This is the monthly charges. Every month you have to pay 119. Or if you want to join the channel by weekly revision test, every week I'll be conducting revision test in Maths, English and EVS. You can pay monthly 599. These are weekly classes for revision test. Okay. So now we will go back to the lesson far and near. So we have learned about measuring length or and some standard units we use to measure length. So what are the standard units we use here in, so we use millimeters, centimeters, kilometer and meter. So kilometer, and we also use meter. Okay, and when you go to your secondary standards like 6th, 7th, 8th, then you will start studying yards also. Okay, but inches, yards will be there. But in this chapter, we are going to see centimeter, millimeter, and kilometer. Okay, so in this chapter, we will learn some more units of measuring distance and relationship between different units. Okay, so I'll give you a small demo before we start this lesson. For example, if you have a rubber or if you are using your eraser. Okay, so how you will measure eraser? For small things, you will measure using centimeter. But if you are seeing a very tiny object, for example, if you are seeing an ant, that is measured using millimeter because that is a very smaller one. And for little bigger than your centimeter scale, you will be using meter. And if you have distance, a long distance, maybe from your school to home or your school to temple, or you're going for any travel for a long distance, that will be measured in kilometers. Okay, so let's go. Let us find. Identify the appropriate units of measuring each of the following. So now we are not going to see anything. It is an appropriate units. Let's see. Quantity and unit of measurement meter or centimeter. We have to very validate whether it is meter or centimeter. Height of an India gate. Height of an India gate, obviously it is not in centimeter. It is in meter. Centimeter are for smaller ones. Okay. Length of a handkerchief, is it centimeter? But if they ask length of a cloth, then it can be meter or it can be centimeter also. Only if we measure, we can able to identify. But handkerchief or small, we can able to hold in our hand. Normally, it will not be more than like 7 to 8 centimeters for kindergarten students. So, it will be like in centimeter only. So, depth of a well. So, depth of a well will be in meter. Length of a mobile phone, it is in centimeter because it will be in more, not more than our one hand span. Length of a elephant trunk, will be in meter, not in centimeter. Elephant trunk is very long. Next, distance between two button on a shirt. So different distance between two button on a shirt. So it will be in centimeters. Okay, next. Different units but same measure. Shika and Sonu are measuring the length of saris and stoles in the village weaving center. So these two children, what they are doing, they are measuring the length of saris and stoles in the village and weaving center. Find which measure represent the same sari or stole. You can take help of the double number line below. So there is a double number line below. So we can take a help of the same. Okay. So here we have 100 centimeter into 2 and dash centimeter. So 100 centimeter into 2 and dash centimeter. So let's do this one by one slowly so that you can able to identify easily. Okay. So we have double line here. We can have a help of double line also. First you have to understand students 1 meter which is equal to 100 centimeter. Okay, that's why here the help line they have marked 100 centimeter and 1 meter together. Okay, so next if you see the arrow mark, it is multiplied into 2. So 100 into 2 is 200 centimeter. It is also 2 meters. Okay. So next we have 400 centimeter which is also equal to 4 centimeter. So if they have a line here, this will be 300 centimeter and here you will have 3 meter. Okay, again here 500 centimeter. So 5 meter, 700 centimeter, you have 7 meter. If this line is extended, if you have 800 or 850 centimeter, here you have 8.5 meter. Okay, next. So here we have given with centimeter and meters. So what you have to do is you have to, I think this is match the following. Okay. So 204 centimeter. So where is 204 centimeter? So 204 centimeter, here you have 2 meters and 4 centimeters. So 2 meters and 4 centimeters where we have here it is. So 2 meters and 4 centimeter. So here you have 5 meters and 40 centimeters. So 500 plus 40 is 540, correct? So 500 is 5 centimeters. So where we have 5 centimeter here, sorry 5 meter and 40 centimeter. So we have 750 centimeters. So 700 plus 50 is 750. So 700 is 7 centimeter and 50 centimeter. So where we have here, so we do not have 7, but we have, look at this, 6 meter plus 150. So 6 meter is 600 centimeter plus 150. So when you add it, 0, 5, 6 plus 1 is 7. So 750 centimeter. Okay. So next you have 240 centimeter. So 200 plus 40 centimeters. So 2 meter plus 40. So here it is. Okay, next we have 404 centimeters. So 404 centimeter. So we have left over here 2 meters and 2 meters is 200 and we have 204 centimeters. So when you add 4, 0, 2 plus 2 is 404 centimeters. So here we have. Okay, next. Let us compare. So Ritika is comparing the length of different rods. Compare them using greater than, equal to or lesser than signs. So we have 456 centimeter and 500 meter. So obviously 5 meter is greater, 400 centimeter is lesser. So when you convert this 5 meter into centimeter, you will be getting 500 centimeter. So which is greater, 456 centimeter or 5 meters? So 5 meter is greater. Next. So next we have 55 centimeter plus 200 centimeter. 200 centimeter, 54 centimeter. So 55 centimeter. So 200, 200 here we have equal. But here we have 55 centimeter which is greater than 54. Okay. So next we have 6 meter and 5 centimeter, 6 meter and 50 centimeter. So let's convert this into centimeter. So 6 meter, when you convert into centimeter, you will get 600 centimeter. So we have 5 centimeter. So this is 605 centimeter. So next we have 6 meter. So this is 600. 1 minute, students. So this is 600 and 50 centimeter. So 50, 0, 5, 6. So the 650. So this one is greater. Okay. Next you have 2 meters plus 150 meters. I'll erase this. So 2 meters is 200 plus 150. So 0, 5, 350. So here we have 3 meter which is 300 centimeter and 50 centimeter. So 0, 5, 3. So both are equal. Okay. So next, let me erase everything. So next you have 238 centimeter. So here you have 138 centimeter plus 1 meter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 8, 3, 1 plus 1 is 2. So 238, again 230. So these two are equal. So this is in centimeter also. Okay. So this question is important question, students. So these type of questions is important. Okay. So next we have world's tallest statue. So what is the difference between the height of the tallest statue in the world and the Statue of Liberty? Okay, first we will see these statues. So we have the first statue, 182-meter Statue of Unity, India. So the second statue is Spring Temple Buddha in China, 128 meter. So next we have 108 meter Guangqin of Nashan, which is in China. Next you have 93-meter Statue of Liberty, United States of America. So next you have 91-meter, the motherland calls Russia. The last one we have 38-meter, Christ the Renb Redinburgh, Brazil. It's in Brazil. Some of world's tallest statues. So these are some of the world's tallest statues. Okay. So based on this, we have asked few questions. So we will see the questions one by one. Okay. What is the difference between the height of the tallest statue in the world and the Statue of Liberty? So the tallest statue in the world we have Statue of Unity, India, which is 182 meters. So 182 meter, and difference is from the Statue of Liberty. So where is the Statue of Liberty? So Statue of Liberty is here, which is 93 meter. So when you subtract 182 minus 93, so 89 meters. Okay, next question. Identify the statues whose height have the least difference. So we have to find out which one is having the least difference. So you have to take the numbers which are very nearby. So 182 and we have a 128, 108, 91, 38, and we have 93. See, 91 and 93, these two are very near. The motherland calls Russia and the Statue of Liberty. So when you subtract Statue of Liberty from motherland, which is 93 minus 91, you will get 2 meters. So here identify the statue which have the least difference, which is 2 meters, which is the Statue of Liberty and the motherland calls Russia. Okay. Next, identify the statue whose height have the largest difference. So now we have find the shortest one. So next one you have to find out the largest difference. So you have to find out what you can do is we can take the largest number, largest meter, and the one which is having very short meter. So here we have largest is the Statue of Unity of India, which is 182 meter, and the least one we have the Christ the Redeemer, which is in Brazil, which is 38 meter. Okay. Okay, now we have to find the largest difference, so we can separate these two. So 7, 12. So 12 minus 4 is, sorry, 12 minus 8 is 4, 7 minus 3 is 4, we have 1, so 144. So the difference is 144 meter, and which is the largest difference as well. Okay. Next, the height of which statue will be equal to the height of Statue of Unity if it is doubled. So we have the height of Statue of Unity is 182 meters. So which one, if we double, we will get this one. Okay, first we will see the spring temple in Buddha. It is already 128. If you double, it will be like more than. Let's double and see. So 128. So 128. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's and 256. No, this is not the one. So we have 108 here. So we will try this one. 108, 108. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 1, 2. So 226. So this is not the one. So next we have 91 centimeter. The motherland Russia calls. So 91. 91. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 9 plus 9 is 18. So we have 182 meter. So the motherland calls Russia is the correct answer. If you double the motherland calls Russia, you will get the height of the Statue of Unity of India. So you can write the motherland calls Russia. Okay, next. So we have measuring long distances. Okay. So here are some ways in which you can measure long distances. So we have long tape, rodometer measuring wheels, range finder, and laser distance meter. So these are the few items we use to measure the long distance. For short distance, what we will use, we will use millimeters, centimeters, we use scale, right? So for the same, for sometimes for tapes also we have short tape, centimeter tapes, but this tape is a long tape, and we have radometer measuring wheel and range finder and laser distance meter. So based on this we have few questions. Let's find out these and complete. So measure 100-meter and 200-meter on your school's playground or any other place in your around your school. In and around your school. Using a long tape, mark these points and draw a straight line. Walk on lines and count the number of steps. Use this relationship between the numbers of steps taken and distance walked to find the distance around you at least three locations. Wherever possible, walk and find the number of steps. Otherwise, find the distance and estimate the number of steps. So, this is like your activity, students. Okay, activity part. For example, if you are measuring 100 meters, imagine that this is 100 meters. Okay, this is 100 meters. So how many steps you are taking to complete this 100 meters? So for example, these are your steps, and how many steps footsteps are taken. For example, 200 footsteps are needed to complete this 100 meters. Then when you are doing 200 meters, which is like more than this 200 meters, then this will be double. So here you have taken 200 steps to complete 100 meters, then you need 400 steps to complete 200 meter. Okay, likewise you can take any three location and find out how many footsteps are taken. For nearest location, identify and write the name of the nearest and farthest location from your home. So nearest location you can write shop, like vegetable shop or any shop, and farthest location you can write school. Okay, this is your activity. You can select any one of the following. Okay, shoe, school, shop, or anything like a pet clinic or hospital, any nearest and farthest location. Okay, write the distance obtained in increasing order. So you have to write the distance obtained in increasing orders. So this one you have to find it and write it, students. You can write like 100 meters or 200 meters, 500 meters, 850 meters. Sorry. Do not write this in centimeter because it's location. You cannot reach any location in centimeters. Okay. If you take one footstep itself, that will become like 12 to 15 centimeters. Okay, next, name the location that is equal or more than 1000 centimeter from your home. If you have any distance which is more than 1000 meters, which is like 1 kilometer. So 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. If you find anything, you have to mention here. Okay, next. So let us explore. When we walk 1000 meter, we say we walked 1 kilometer. Exactly. So when we are walking, when you are traveling from one distance to another place, there we will normally will not use this meter. We use the unit as kilometers. So 1 meter is equal to 100 kilometers. So this one is very, very important. Very, very important, students. And this tabular column examples are going to be the next important. Okay, so 1 meter, which is equal to 100 kilo, I'm sorry, so I'm really sorry. So 1000 meter, which is equal to 1 kilometer. So here we have already given. So number of ropes needed to make. So here we have a length of a rope, and we have a rope needed to make 1 kilometer. So 1000 meter, how many ropes we need? We need one rope. So if you have 100 meters, so how many ropes are needed to make this? You need 10 ropes. 10 into 100 is 1000 meter. Okay, likewise, if you have 10 meter, so how many ropes are needed? If you multiply by 100, you will get 1000 meters. So here you need 100 ropes. Likewise, for 200 meters, you need 5. And 500, 5 in 500 into 2 is 1000, so 2. 250 into 4 is 1000, so 4. Okay. So I think we can see the next in part 2 video, students. So we have already completed 20 minutes. So these pages we will see in part 2 video. Okay, so if you want to join the channel, I have already given the link and instruction how to join. You can join and you can get the worksheet for exam practice. Okay. All right, students. Take care and be safe. Bye bye.